and we're going to inform you of the process at the moment and then also inform you about the mandatory DigiPass module, which you will need to complete in order to be eligible to apply for exchange. So, what is exchange and why should you go? Obviously, you've also thought about this. You have your own reasons why you'd like to go away as part of your degree. But there are three main areas that we find students really resonate with. First of all, is the academic reasons. So, lots of students want to go and study at specialist universities. Some of you will get to study at some of the best universities in the world. We have some partner universities who are in like the top 10, 20 in world rankings. Some of you may also kind of have a specific subject area which maybe UCD doesn't focus on, which you'd like to look at, and that is offered at another university. It's also really great for your career because a lot of students will use this on their CV. It's a great addition. It's something that a lot of us in our team still do today. We still have on our CVs because it shows employers that you can adapt to new environments, that you're capable of change, that you're good with environment change as well, and also you're culturally sensitive. One of the biggest reasons is for personal reasons. There's lots and lots and lots of personal reasons why students go on exchange, but really the main ones are it's some of your first time it's living away from home, so you get a sense of independence. You get to make friends from all over the world. You also have like great adventure. You get to travel on your breaks. So there's lots of really amazing reasons why exchange is one of the best things to do. A lot of our students, when they return from exchange, even though it can be challenging, they do say that it's the best thing that they've ever done. Just to make a note that there is a difference between Erasmus and exchange. Don't worry, you'll be able to apply to both on your application, but it's very important from the start that you understand the difference between the both. So Erasmus is an exchange that happens inside of the EU. So these are normally funded Erasmus exchanges. This is where you can get some Erasmus funding, dependent on what's available that year. Exchange is studying abroad outside of Europe, so that's not an Erasmus, it's not part of the Erasmus scheme. So, for example, if you went on exchange in France, then yes, you would be going on Erasmus because France is in the EU. If you went on an exchange to Canada, then you're not on an Erasmus, you're on an outside of Europe exchange program. So there's lots of places where you can find the information, and don't worry, you're going to have lots of sessions where we show you this, but just to highlight a few to you, the main one that we'd get you to look at is our UCD Global Exchanges website. If you just Google search UCD Outgoing Exchange, it's usually the first thing that comes up. On there, you get to click into that you haven't applied yet, and there's going to be a timeline of what's happening, and then also you'll find kind of where you can go with your college, any FAQs that you might want to ask or might, any questions you think you might have are probably answered on the website. Your college website, so say you are a student in history, meaning you're a College of Arts and Humanities student, they'll have their own website, which will give you the academic requirements that you need in order to be eligible for exchange. You need to make sure that you're meeting the eligibility requirement for your college or your course, otherwise you won't be able to go. Another step is, as we're going to talk about in a little bit, is the mandatory module DigiPass. This is going to give you a really good overview and a solid foundation of the understanding of the exchange process and also what other options are available to you. One thing that's really important to note is that you are currently on a new timeline. So students who are applying for exchange in 2027-28, you are going to be the first students on this new timeline. Previous students will have applied a little bit later, would have had all of this information a little later. You are getting it much, much sooner to enable that you get more time in order to apply and do your research. What we would ask is that if you have friends or family that have previously gone on exchange, obviously please do ask them for advice on their exchange, but we would ask that anything to do with the application process and the requirements you ask UCD Global directly because they did different processes than you would have. So very quickly now, the timeline, as I said, is on our website, but this is the rough timeline. Now, not for all of you, but for the majority of you, you're now in your information session. So this is April. In May, we're going to leave you alone for a little bit and you're going to go and do your exams. It's really important that you work hard and try and get the best possible grades you can because for most of you, your placement in the exchange application is dependent on your stage one GPA only. In summer, this is when you start to do your research and also complete the DigiPass module. There's no need for you to complete it just yet, so don't stress. You've got lots of time. In September and October, we're going to do refresher sessions with you. These will be shorter sessions in which you can ask questions, a bit more interactive, and just to remind you of the process and what the application entails. In October, it's also going to be your deadline to complete DigiPass. In October, November, the application will open. The application will open for 2 weeks only, which is plenty of time to get it in. And we're going to give you a guide. Don't worry, we'll give you a guide over the summer on how to complete everything and how to complete your application. And then in December, that's when conditional offers will become available. The reason that the offers are conditional is because there are conditions that you need to meet in order for you to actually go on exchange. For example, one of those things will be your college requirements. So if you're in the College of Arts and Humanities, Social Sciences and Law, Engineering and Architecture, and on the BSc Sustainability, your placement will be assessed on your stage one GPA. And if you're successful, you'll be placed before Christmas. Just to note, architecture students, you're already in stage two. Don't worry, we will take a different grading for you, but everybody else, your placement will happen then. So that's why it's really important that you work hard in your exams now to get the best possible placement grade in stage one. You will still have requirements that you'll need to meet in stage two in order for your exchange to actually happen. But don't worry, we will tell you these in the individual college information sessions. So very important that you attend or watch those as well. If you are on the BSc Science program or computer science, you will be placed a little bit later because you won't have decided your stream yet. So we need to wait for that to happen. Your trimester one, stage two grades, as well as your stage one grades will count towards your placement and you won't be placed until the end of February. So we can't place you until we receive those grades from your first semester of stage two. You are not guaranteed an offer. This is very important. And the application process is incredibly competitive. Not all students will get a place as much as we want to place everybody. We only have a finite number at each university, and any offer you do receive will be conditional on you getting into the university and applying to the host university, meeting your college requirements as well, and making sure that you meet every deadline that is expected of you. So my colleague Alicia is now going to talk you through DigiPass. What I would say is remember to watch the other sessions. DigiPass is a really good start, and then the other sessions are going to take you through everything else. So Alicia.
So, what is DigiPass? DigiPass is a module that's available to all students to help understand exchange options and what international opportunities are available. So, via DigiPass, we will guide you through the UCD processes and we will inform you about what each step looks like. The module is available on Brightspace, and as I said, it's available to everybody, so you can go ahead and enroll already. The module is divided into different sections, and each section has a quiz at the end that you will need to complete successfully in order to progress to the next section. We have a deadline for completing DigiPass, which is Monday, 26th of October. Monday, 26th of October, please remember this deadline, write it in your diaries, in your calendar, so you don't forget it and you can meet it. We would also recommend that you complete DigiPass over the summer when you don't have too many study-related things going on and when you can do your research on the side. So, as I said, DigiPass will help you discover other options and it will go into depth into what international opportunities are available to you, some of them being traineeships, UCD VO scheme, blended intensive programs, and summer schools. In order to be eligible for exchange, you will need to complete step 1 and step 2 of DigiPass, and you will need to get 100% in both quizzes. So, what we would recommend is that you engage with each section carefully, read the sections again if you're unsure, take notes, highlight your notes, make sure that you're engaging with the information. The sections in themselves are not long, and you don't need too long to complete the module, maybe around 2 hours max. We would like to flag that we can see all of your engagement across the module. We can see if you have looked at the content, if you have watched the videos, if you have skipped anything. So please make sure that you read everything, that you visit all the content. This is for you, and it's to help you be prepared for an exchange or an international opportunity. So please just remember that this is a resource for you. So, as I mentioned, step 1 will give students an overview of the different international opportunities available. We also mention the range of benefits of having an international experience, while also providing information on the things that you should consider prior to going abroad. So it's overall a great first step before you embark on these kind of journeys. Step 2, on the other hand, is a bit more related to the exchange and Erasmus program in itself. We completely cover aspects such as duties as a student, the processes that UCD Global and the college is involved in. We also talk about the requirements, where you can go, so to which universities, and also of what stage of your degree. Finally, we also go into detail on the application process and all of the components.
Okay, thank you, Alicia. So the quizzes, I think a lot of people get nervous at the fact that there's an assessment. Don't worry. Again, as Alicia has rightfully said, look at the content, read the content. It's all the answers are already in the content, okay? You'll also have 3 attempts at passing the quizzes. So there's a quiz at the end of step 1 and a quiz at the end of step 2. Those are the 2 things that you need to do to 100%. If you've read the content, they should be really easy. If you do not pass within 3 attempts, I'm sorry, but that's it. We will not allow you another chance because it means that you really haven't engaged with the content. And also, if you're on your third chance and you really don't know, then you should have come to us and asked. You shouldn't have just winged it. Okay, you need to come to us and make sure that you understand the process. We're not telling you to not come to us. We're happy for you to come to us if you're on your 3rd attempt and you've genuinely read through everything. As Alicia said, we can see if you've looked through everything as well. So if you come to us and you haven't looked through the content, then I'm going to tell you to go back and look through the content. So at the end of each quiz, if you do not get 100%, Brightspace will tell you that, and it will also show you your answers. You can go back in and look at the answers. It will tell you what you got wrong, okay? So it's pretty impossible to get to the 3rd point and not actually know, because no question has more than 3 answer options. As you can see in the step 1, there's only 3 questions, and there's only 1 question that has 3 options. Everything else is true or false. So it should be quite impossible to fail. So please make sure that you're just paying attention to your answers. And again, if you're really not sure, go back, have a look. We had a student last year who failed DigiPass because they didn't look at the content, and then they went through the quizzes. Within 2 minutes, they had used all of their attempts, meaning that they just didn't bother to go back and read anything. They also clicked the same answer every time, even though it was showing them that it was wrong. So please make sure that you're not doing that. There is absolutely no need to rush. You've got months to complete this. So please make sure that you're doing it properly. As I said, if you're not sure at any point, and as Alicia has pointed out, please go back first and reread the information. It might just be that you missed something. That's fair enough. But the answers are all in the module content. So when you come to the quiz, you should already know all of this stuff. It should be very, very easy, and you know, from your notes, etc., you should be able to go, ah, that's false or that's true. When you submit the quiz and get 100%, you will receive an update on the screen. It will look like this. So the first screenshot there is how to start the quiz. You just click start quiz and it'll take you in. The second screenshot is what you will have if you have completed the quiz. Please remember that you must submit. It's not a case of you can complete some of it and then save and come back later. You must go in and submit it each time. So you'll see this screen here on the right hand side with a big tick. It says your work has been saved and submitted. It gives you the date, it gives you the time, it gives you even the attempt that you did it on. And the most important thing there is your attempted score. So 100%, that's what we're aiming for. We encourage you to take a screenshot once you've submitted the quiz for step 1 and step 2, because it gives the date and time. Because if we email you saying you're ineligible because you didn't do DigiPass, but you have a screenshot, then obviously that proves that you did do it and that there might just be maybe there's something wrong with the system now. There isn't anything wrong with the system. It's working perfectly fine. Everyone this year has been able to complete DigiPass properly. So just make sure that you have it also for your own peace of mind. It's good for you to have a record to show that you have actually done it, okay? Okay, it's very important that you listen here. Do not complete any of the other steps at this point. So DigiPass has 5 steps overall. You only need to do 1 and 2. Please do not complete 3 or 4 because they're not meant for you. You can see from the titles that it says preparing for exchange and during exchange. You're neither of those things at the moment, so do not complete them. You are allowed to go into step 5. You're more than welcome. That's just exploring the other options. So perhaps if you think that exchange isn't for you, feel free to go to step 5 and have a look around. You might get some emails from Brightspace or DigiPass encouraging you to complete the full module. You can ignore them for now. What's most important is that you don't jump the gun. Please only do step 1, step 2, 100% in each quiz. That is all you need to do for now. So thank you very much. That's the end of the presentation. If you have any questions, please look through our website or please feel free to email us at exchanges@ucd.ie. That is information is available on our website as well. And please make sure to come to the other sessions that we will be running throughout the April.